Hello, Craig Birch here for SecondsOut, ahead of Saturday's show at the Morningside Arena in Leicester. I have here someone very popular with the American viewers on here, Kevin Johnson. Kevin, Daniel Dubois on Saturday press conference. How's your time in England going so far?
Oh, everything is great. Everything is sweet. Everything is right on point and right on time.
Of course. First time you ever been to Leicester? How does it compare to the other places
I've been through here before. I've never had a chance to hang out and really talk to people and nothing like that, but I've been through here before.
Yeah. Did you enjoy the press conference? You've been at some of the biggest ones.
Yeah. Of course. This is going to be the first championship fight that I actually watched that I bet money on.
Talk us through that bet as well, what you've been doing. So you've been busy in the bookies, trying to earn a few quid on top of
it. Yeah, I'm going to earn a couple, not a few quid. I'm going to earn some big quid. I actually have to declare these pounds when I take them through the airport. So we're going to earn some money. Rich, I think you're going to bet. How much you going to bet? I think my man Rich going to bet like 25.
Should we go 50,000?
50,000 total, 50,000. I'm going to bet 25 on myself because the numbers are just so stupid. So
yeah.
Got to bet 25 on myself.
Yeah. First time you've had the chance to meet Daniel Dubois this afternoon. What do you make of him? He's a quiet lad, isn't he, for someone so big and so powerful and menacing?
I learned a long time ago. Don't let quiet fool you.
Yeah.
Don't let it fool you. I used to be the same way.
Yeah. How did this fight come about then? When was the name first Daniel Dubois first mentioned to you?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Especially if it's what comes behind the name. If it's just a person with nothing behind their name, I don't like it. I like to have good things on a resume. Good things. That's it. I don't want no bums, and I don't want to be known for the bum fighter. I want to be known for fighting the best, beating the best, and being in there with the best.
Of course. Where did you first hear about Daniel then? Did you hear about him long before you got offered the fight and the progress that he was making?
No,
there?
for the fight.
Before the fight?
For the fight, yeah.
So you heard about this new terrorising heavyweight from England that apparently had Anthony Joshua.
And that's what I love.
That's
what I love right there. If you ever plan on getting back in there and fighting Anthony Joshua again, you got to go through guys like this. It's nothing but a preparation step. That's it.
Yeah. Is that what you want then? You want Anthony Joshua again somewhere down the line?
Tell you the truth, I'm not pushing for it, but I won't deny it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not pushing for it. That's what I'm not standing in the sport for. I only got about maybe 6 more fights left in my career. I'm actually starting promoting February of 2019. I'll be doing my first 4 shows in Germany. So I'm pretty much on my way out of the sport. But before I go, I'd like to make my last couple good stamps and finish fighting a couple on my show and then go on and give the younger generation a promise and promotional for their legacy. You know, those young kids that want to come in and become successful pros and, have great debuts and get a taste of the sport, maybe make it or break it, want to do it, don't want to do it, serious but not serious, don't know, don't want to know but kind of want to know. Maybe I want to be the guy to give them that chance over in Germany.
Yeah, Anthony Joshua's a big-time world champion now.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel you didn't really perform as you could have done against him? Maybe you took him a little bit lightly even because, he did hit hard, and it didn't go the way, but everybody fought Kevin Johnson to give him a hard few rounds.
What happened with Anthony was what happened in all my fights. If you go back and look at all my fights, I always lose the first 2-3 rounds because I'm a scientist when it comes to boxing. I'm a thinker, and I usually lose the first 3 rounds because I'm figuring out everything I need to do to win. Everything. You really have to go in there to figure out how to beat a guy. You can watch all the films you want in the world, but when a guy touch you and affect you in a way that your plan is already interrupted, you got to have plan B and C. I find out in the ring. All the studying people do on YouTube and watching all the fights, I do that within a round or 2 in the ring. Yeah. I'm that much of a brilliant fighter, and that's what carried my sport to a championship fight with Vitaly Klitschko. I can figure anybody out quickly, but Anthony Joshua just became so accurate in the first 2. Nobody ever can do that. Nobody. Like the same blueprint I did for Vitaly was the same way I fought Anthony Joshua. Just Vitaly couldn't be that accurate, and Anthony Joshua was.
Of course. You've also been in there with Tyson Fury as well. Were your memories of Tyson Fury?
And I fought Tyson Fury on I had 8 days 8-day notice.
Yeah.
8-day notice.
What about him and Wilder then? Because obviously you're an American.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna back your fellow American Deontay.
Yeah,
I went to that fight.
I'm going to that fight December 1 in LA.
How do you think it's gonna go?
The same way. Like I really couldn't say who was going to win between Vladimir and Tyson Fury because it was 2 things that was going to happen. Because I trained with Fury, and I had a training camp out in Bolton before, and always sparred with Huey Fury and Tyson Fury for years throughout the world. And it's 2 things Tyson can do, which is he can try to stay there and outbox you, or he can actually move and use his movement and his reach and make you like he made Vladimir look like a C-class amateur.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's impossible. Vladimir is way better than Tyson Fury. But just because of two elements, his reach and his movement, he can make you look bad. That's, I call that, that's not fair in boxing, but, that's that part of that man's package of being a boxer. But if he use that movement like he did with Vladimir and that reach, I mean, this is a no-brainer, it's a no-brainer how that fight's going to go.
You reckon Tyson Fury is going to win if he can do that?
If he can do that, of course, it'll be a very easy fight. But if he go in there one time with Wilder, good night.
Yeah, well, yeah,
good
that's
night.
very true.
Guarantee. One thing Wilder got waiting for is that good night punch. It's waiting.
Of course. Anthony Joshua, who do you think he should have next if you had to? Kevin Johnson? A lot of people talking about Dillian White, aren't they, for his next fight?
I would like to see Dillian White next. Because I like Dillian. I like him outside of the ring. When I speak about fighters, I speak to them the way I know them outside the ring. Not just because I want to see the fight inside the ring, but knowing Dillian White outside the ring and, the sacrifices he's making, the movement and the positioning that he's doing to put himself for another title. I would like to see Dillian White fight AJ next again.
Of course.
And what's crazy is me, Anthony Joshua, and Dillian White, we were all in Austria together. And before me and Anthony Joshua fought, we had a relationship as good friends.
Yeah.
We knew, we like great guy, wonderful guy. We knew nothing but great things about each other. It was sweet. It was me, him, and Dillian White sitting at the dinner table. And we were talking that day about him and Anthony Joshua fighting. That was crazy. So that's why I would like to see it happen again. But this time I'd like to see Dillian White, when he sat at that dinner table, he was talking about the Anthony Joshua that he once fought before in the amateurs.
Yeah.
So when Dylan fought Anthony, it still was in his head, just like it would have been in mine too. Somebody got to take that out of there. You got to fight this new program, Anthony Joshua.
Indeed.
Had Dylan would have did that, it would have been a whole nother way with that fight. But you can tell, no, that fight wouldn't have changed because Dylan had it so programmed in his head that he was fighting the old Anthony. Anthony was already, his software has changed on who he was already.
Okay. Obviously, we talk about Daniel Dubois, that big clash here in Leicester, live on BT Sports Saturday night. Do you feel like if he reaches his potential, you're getting in there with the best heavyweight that England has to offer on Saturday night? Just potential alone, not realised potential, just raw potential.
So far, yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing, isn't he?
Yeah.
For such a young guy.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's what I like.
Yeah.
The better off you are. You don't run from it. You don't hide from it. I don't duck it. I don't dodge it. I just want the best.
Yeah.
I want the best. I don't care who you are. I want the best. And at least in my career, because it's my legacy. At least in my legacy, I can look back and say out of 50 fights, these are the guys I fought.
Yeah.
Out of I give my career up to until 50 because I don't want to take it past that and have anything. After then, it's a pretty 50-50 line if anything happens to you. But so far, everything's great.
How do you box against someone like Daniel Dubois, like you did against Joshua and Fury? Is the game plan different? Is the way you're going to do things different? It's
going to be totally different. Matter of fact, the way I'm going to fight him, I haven't fought nobody like this. Nobody. It's a whole new method.
Yeah.
Whole new method, yeah.
Of course.
Nobody has gotten this. Nobody.
Is that because you know how dangerous he is, and obviously you want to prolong your own career as well?
What makes Daniel more dangerous than Vitaly? What makes Daniel more dangerous than Fury? What makes Daniel more dangerous than Manuel Char? Tell me that. Yeah. And these guys had hills of way more fights in oppositions.
The fear factor, I guess, a little bit just on what the basis of what he's done so far.
What did he do? These guys, Vitaly Klitschko had 42 knockouts. Tyson Fury had 20-something knockouts. Manuel Char had 20-something knockouts.
Yeah.
Derek Chisora had, as you know.
It goes.
What's more different than a guy that had over 20-something knockouts and a guy that only had this many? Yeah. Just tell me what fear. The fear would have been with the guy that had, rocket scientists would tell you that a guy that has 50-something more knockouts is more dangerous than a guy that has 5, 6, 7 knockouts. I guess that's the way science would prove it to be. But tell me, what fear should there be that, when I was my third pro fight as a pro, I fought a guy, a Bragomar from the Olympic champion. He was 16-0. I was 3-0. Tell me, you see the knockouts he had at that time? Tell me what fear that lives in me.
Of course, no fear, no fear. Kevin, fantastic talking to you. Thank you very much for taking time to talk to us today. Really looking forward to the fight on Saturday. We'll see you again then.
Yes, sir. Thank you.